Teed off by Philippines.
So time for the last Cup quarter-final here at the HSBC Asian Sevens Series. Thailand leg, second leg of the year. We had KL, Japan the champions. We're going to Mumbai and Singapore after this one. A couple of months of frenzied sevens fun. And this quarter-final is between Philippines in the white and Korea in the blue, who look slightly vulnerable today, Dino.
Well, yeah, Korea down. I think they're down to about 9 or 10 players due to the injuries over yesterday's play. So, but got 2 forward packs who've got to battle it up, I think.
Holgate is hitting a rich vein of form. There's Jake Letts, their captain. Here's the big man Lynch, who really performed well yesterday. It's a couple of barnstorming runs. Everingham, Hitch. He loves running with the ball. Commits 2 or 3 tacklers. Need a good clean out here, and they get it. Not the fastest ball and the best pass. So Let's at first receiver. There's Holgate. That's a scything tackle there from Korea. And that's given them the turnovers, a really dominant tackle. So Korea win the penalty there. That was big defence. Park Hwan, who seems to have hobbled himself as well. Oh, it's
some great physicalities in these first couple of hit-ups already there, Mike. So they've got the players to do so and the skills. So let's see which team is actually keen to run it.
Here's Kim Jong-min. Gives it to Park Hwan. Oh Sung-chung. Here's Jeong. Gets it to their speedster, Cho and Su. And he'll have the legs on some of these Filipino players, Cho and Su. Nice darting run, but good defence there from Alex Aronson. Dragged him down, Jeong. Might have squirted forward. No, referee says off it. Oh yes, he's got his hand out now for advantage. So the Philippines will get the scrum put in. And now, interesting, their director of play from yesterday, Oh Young Hyung, doesn't seem to be playing either. So yes, Korea are really struggling with injuries now. He's their drop kicker as well. So yeah, they've got Kang Jin-gu in at scrum half today. Pretty young player, untested. It's interesting in the race for this title, the series title, the points basically go down by one point differences. So if one of these leading teams doesn't make the final, if Hong Kong or Japan doesn't make the final, it really affects their points tally for the overall end of the series, doesn't it? You know,
yeah.
If there is a surprise in the semis, they're really, really putting the pressure on themselves.
Exactly, and if any one of these 4 teams are on their game at the same time, I think, yeah, it could be a bit of a ball over, especially points accumulation throughout the tournament.
Let's gets it out. Here's Lynch, a man from North Queensland. Oh, ball squirts out, but Philippines have retained possession. They've got advantage here too. Penalty. Take it quickly through Holgate. It's a big bulky body of Eric Tai going over the top and cleaning out. Everingham. Oh, that's not a good pass from Everingham, but they've got the penalty anyway. Holgate doesn't look completely healthy there. Struggles to get to his feet, and one man that's not on the field for the Philippines is Ollie Saunders as well. Philippines trying to make something here, a little forward pass, yep. Good call from the referee, Otsuki. Wow, real deadlock here, isn't it? 0-0 after 3 or 4 minutes of play. Both teams pretty evenly matched.
Well, both teams are eliminating each other's phases, so it's been pretty good defense out there at the moment.
Kang to Yun to Jeong. Cho on the outside, steps inside in fact, gets it to Yun, the captain, Yun Tai-il. Makes a couple of yards. Here's Kang who gets planted. Good tackle there from Hitch. He really does throw his body around, but he's penalised for not releasing the ball carrier. I know he's pretty much on his feet by that stage. Kang. Oh, that's a good little run from Kang Jung-gu. Bamboozled the defence and through he went for the opening try. First blood to Korea. And Kang Jung-gu, who played cameo roles off the bench yesterday, starting today instead of Oh Jung-hyun, gets the first try.
Yeah, great shimmy in that step by him as well. And it just the Philippine defence was just drifting out, expecting the ball to be going wide once again. But yeah, just the defenders got a little bit lazy on the inside shoulder, and then the space just occurred. So try scored and conversions in. It's successful. So Korea leads 7 points to 0 against the Philippines.
Jeong. Oh. Just a couple of metres away from the line now. Quick ball. Jeong gets to his feet again quickly. They're over the line. Can he get the ball planted down? Good defence from the Philippines there. And Korea were over the line and the Philippines just wrestling them back in field.
Well, great desperate defence by the Philippines, and a break straight off from the kickoff. So you couldn't afford to do that from the Philippines team. So I'm sure Coach Matt Cullen's got a few words to talk to them on at halftime. So we've seen quite a lot of these things over the last few days, Mike, as the kickoffs and kick receivers. Too many players just let it bounce.
Yeah, pretty basic stuff. Shallow in-goal area here. Korea have in fact turned this ball over, but it's Hitch who sniffs the chance. Oh, can't control the ball though, but it's gone backwards. Here's Cho In-soo. He's gone through. Oh, lovely little dribble. Did he get downward pressure? Yes, the in-goal referee says yes, he does. So Cho In-soo with his fourth try of the tournament. So that's half time. Well, we were scoreless for 5 minutes, and then Korea just lifting their game in the last couple of minutes to come through with 2 tries.
Korea 12, Philippines.
And Cho In-soo, well, he's been instrumental in changing the game up. The score at half time is Korea 12, Philippines 0. Actually, I think, I'm not sure if it wasn't Cho who scored the first try. Kang. Might have cocked it up.
You reckon?
It's Mike to Jeff and Norman. Can you check who scored the first try? Was it 7 or 9? Thanks, Sean. 7 scored both the tries, yeah? Thank you. Good take from Jake Letts there to start the second half. What a great player he's been over the years for the Philippines. Good, strong physical stuff from Korea, but intercepted there by Everingham, the nutritionist, originally from Sydney. Lists breakdancing as one of his hobbies. We have an interesting bunch here on the Sevens Series. Holgate couldn't get around the outside of Jeong. Good tackle. Hitch, who loves to feature in midfield after the first phase of play. And he's held on too long there. So here's Cho and Soo, the man for 2 tries already in this game. Likes his chances of a second. Probably could have got up. He did. Oh, no try. He spilled it forward. Probably didn't make the line in that grasp, but it was good play from Cho, who's dragged down about 2 metres from the line. Then released the ball, got to his feet, and another go at it. But he's done some damage here, and I tell you what, the Korean management will be holding their breaths.
What a great start to the Koreans! Right from the kickoff, they stamped their ground at the contact area, and then blew the Philippine players out of the ruck here, and basically they're controlled right through to that part there. Here he is right through, and yeah, semi-held in the tackle by 2 players, didn't quite hold on, got up and took the last desperate dive, but a great sort of Philippine arm coming through and knocking on for it. So good desperate measures from the Philippines, but scrummed down Philippine 5 metres out. I think, Mike, leading up towards maybe the next 6 minutes, I think it's the substitutions that's really going to make a difference in whether they got enough strike power on the bench or not for both of these teams, I think.
Yeah, well, the Philippines aren't out of this game. As we said, Korea missing 2 or 3 of their 12-man squad. So some fresh legs for the Philippines, and Korea stretched. Who knows? They've really rearranged their backline here. We've got new players left, right and centre. Young Soo Woong has come into scrum half, and the first touch of the game, he's gone over for a try. Well, that hasn't done them any damage. They sent Kung out to wing and brought Young Soo Woong on. He knows the way to the try line, that's for sure.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happened with if we get to see it on the replay, Mike. It was the Philippine feed, and he got a bit of a tight head, so I'm not sure what happened there. A bit of a lack of communication between scrum half and the hooker, but yeah, Korea capitalised on that and scored another 7 points with the conversion.
Yeah, and it's that man again, the new guy from the Army, Young Soo Woong, who gets the conversion as well, so 7 points for him. Well, that's put a bit of a lead on for Korea. We said the Philippines weren't out of this game, but now it's kind of do-or-die period. They're struggling for a ball here in Thailand. Well, that's a towering kick, but it's gone too far, but Koreans keep it in. Nice work. Here's another new player, Yoo Bun. Kim to O. This is Jeong. Oh, nice inside run there from the try scorer. Young Soo Woong. He looks like a likely young player, but they've been penalised here. So Philippines really need to score now. Well, it was a good pass, but Lynch really wasn't running onto the ball. Took him by surprise. Philippines have numbers here too if they can get it out. Jake Letts. There's it to Chris Hitch. Yeah. Struggled to pick the ball off the ground there.
Yeah, the Philippines are just not looking what they were early on in the part of the tournament yesterday, Mike.
Yeah. Well, they beat Singapore 26-10 and then went down to Japan fighting 24-10. Played well. Holgate was in good form yesterday. Scored a couple of tries against Singapore, one against Japan. And we saw young Robert Jones come into the fray as well. Played very well. We haven't seen him yet. He certainly added some spice. Can see him standing there ready to come on. Scrum disintegrates and Korea take it away. Here he is again. Young Soo Woong. Oh, another penalty against Young. Well, that might be a weakness in his game. And Lynch, He hasn't had the chance to run at full pace yet, Lynch. It's been a bit of a shame. He's a big man, hard to put down.
It's been interesting to see how Lynch has adapted the game at sevens from his rugby league background, and it's nice to see that these guys can come back from various codes. But he's a big man, that's for sure, Mike.
He scored 3 tries in KL, including 2 against Thailand. They lost in the plate final lost in the plate semi, didn't they, to Thailand, 15-10. Oh, we had a nice chat with Matt Cullen at the KL tournament about the development of rugby in the Philippines and how they're trying to build the grassroots up, but also at the same time be successful at international level using the diaspora of the Philippines, the children of Filipinos and Filipinas who find themselves overseas, and it's been successful. It's a great feeling in the camp when you see the Philippines teams. It's interesting, they're drawn from various parts of the globe, from the northern hemisphere, from the southern hemisphere. They all come together, and because most of their mums are Filipinos, they've had a very similar upbringing. They almost are brothers from another mother, as Jeong throws a sloppy pass. It's Morris who came back to cover, and a good determined run from Lynch. But if it's one thing that the Koreans don't mind is physicality, so Lynch is not having his own way with the ball in hand. Here's Morris, who's trying to add something from the bench. It's smashed as well. Jake Letts has had the ball taken from him from Yuhi Bum.
Well, you got to take your hats off to the Koreans. They're just not shying off at all. You know, considering they've got a very small bench, but they're really sticking to their game.
Jake Letts had to take the tackle there, lost his balance. Yuhi Bum made a lot of tackles, and there's another man injured on the flank here, Jeong Won Yu, who really doesn't want the ball to come out on the Philippines left here. He's struggling, he won't want to take on Lynch. Oh Seung Jung with a very hopeful looking kick there, so it's Jake Letts. There's loads of space here if Let's fly. What's happening? Korea just walking. Oh, what's happened there? He's just letting them run in for a try. Well, that's quite bizarre. Must have got the word that it's the end of the game, perhaps.
Very bizarre, Mike. Everyone sort of just stood still and just, yeah, never seen that one before.
That was quite bizarre. So Jake Letts gets his first try of the tournament. Holgate with the kick. So obviously they realised time was up and thought, oh well, we'll let them run in a consolation. And Korea win the Cup quarter-final. They go on to play Hong Kong in the semi. And that'll be a struggle for them, I think. They're looking all a bit wary and a bit battered and tattered.
Yeah, I think we've got some really good semi-finals coming up with Japan playing Sri Lanka, and that's going to be a cracker. Yeah. I mean, the conditions suit them. They've got a lot of pace, skills, and I think it's just going to be a brutal match between the Koreans and Hong Kong. So
something to look forward to. Final score here, though, Korea defeating the Philippines 19 points to 7. We're going to be taking a break in the streaming, and we'll be back at 1:20 Thailand time, which is